Race steel covers and these tabs. Oh my gosh. Let's get started. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is definitely sponsored by a comment that I've had numerous times, but I had one recently and I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this video. Now these are about this is about the Raco, what I like to call RS covers. RS means race steel. This particular one is RS12. They have them in double gang. The comment was, and I'm going to read it to you, it's from Dr. Awkward. So this is for you, bud. It says, is there any chance you could do a video that shows how to install a Raco 2-gang box cover using tabs included with the cover? I haven't found any easy way without snapping the screws a few times, just getting lucky with the nut spacing. So the outlets aren't loose inside the cover. Mine is a GFI and normal duplex outlet in the box. Now, I have all kinds of these. I have a single, I have a double GFI or decor plate, a double switch, but this particular cover will cover all these, at least ones with the tabs. We'll dive into this one. It's super easy, and I'll show you guys, okay? Now, these suck. I'm not gonna lie. But if you do not want to buy 632 nuts, which look something like this right here, this old 632 nut, because duplex receptacles, switches, any kind of device has a 632, so keep that in mind. Now, you see what we're working with here. These suck, like I mentioned already. So I'm going to show you a way to, well, first of all, let's talk about how to install a receptacle on here, because I think that's important too, because I have seen many apprentices not understand how this thing works. So let me start with the basics and we'll work up. So guys, you can just follow along or skip along or whatever. Anyway, let me go get a receptacle and we'll start. So the first thing you need to do is when you get a receptacle, now you can get whatever receptacle you have. This is just a brown one that I have. First thing you got to do is take the 632s out. So let me show you one way to do it. You can take your electric screwdriver, which I highly recommend this thing. You can hold this little tab right here, which holds the screw on. Just hold it and then back it off. And you see it's coming off. But this is what I do, because I usually don't waste the time on that. I'll just take a pair of Kleins or Leathermans or whatever you got, right? And just pull it off, and then there you go. Keep these. Do not let them get away from you, because if you lose them, you'll be looking for some. Same with this one. Now this one here is a self-grounding one. What makes it self-grounding is the little tabs that's in there. So you got to kind of work your way like this so it comes up. Just keep going back and forth. It'll ride up. You can do that all the way. You can use the screw gun, or you can take your Kleins and just pull it out, which leaves the little self-grounding tab still intact. So after you do that, put the 632 somewhere so you don't lose it. All right, the next thing you got to do when you use an RS cover like this, or double, or whatever you're using, you have to take these ears and you have to bend them off. So the best thing to do, if you look very closely, let me see if I can get this in frame here. You see right there where the ear is round and it makes contact with this yoke, there's a little perforated or like a indention. All right, that is where you want to get your pliers to. So what you want to do is you want to take it as close to that, not overlap it. So that's about what you want to look like right there. Right there. So you can see the indention, and you just want to go back and forth, and then it'll pop right off. And then what you have now, that will be sharp. So be very cautious of that. And you want to do that for each of them. So I'll go ahead and do it now off camera. We'll get it done. This is fast forwarded anyway. All right, there you are. So now what you are left with is something that looks like this. Now there are other receptacles that have those ears and have another little piece on there that you have to bend off. So you'll have 3 tabs to bend off, and those look like this. Now you see here on the top, it's got the ears and it's got this piece on the top. The best way to get rid of that is you can take the screws out, which I'm not going to do, but you see where the perforation is along the top? Just take your Kleins right there So it looks something like that. Or your Leathermans or whatever you got. And just bend it back and forth and you'll get the ears and everything off in one shot. Now that's, I'm not gonna mess with this receptacle. It's 20 amp and I'm gonna use this one at a later date. So maybe on this channel. So that's how you gotta handle that one. Now, this one's ready to go. So we're gonna set it aside and we're gonna work on this box cover. RS cover. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your thumb and you're gonna just push right there on the lip. Just push it up and push it up. Now you have to take your Kleins or whatever you got and get as much real estate as you can on there. So you wanna have it so it looks like that. So you're right up against the box. So you're sliding your Kleins like this. Let me go 90 degrees, there you go. So you're right up against the box. And just bend it out. Keep these if you're going to use them. I'm going to show you an easier way later too, of course, like I already mentioned. We're going to just take this out. Now, I'm going to tell you that a lot of the times you're going to have to use one of these. And what is this? This is a threader. Because not always do you take the time to bend these out nice, because right now this one's straight and this one's a little angled, as you can tell maybe. And if they're bent a little bit, you're not going to get your screw in there. So I'm going to go ahead and thread one now. Just put it in there and you thread it back and forth. And if you've never used a threader before, I'm going to give you a really quick walk down. It's best to grab it with a channel locks, pliers, whatever, all right? And just run it back and forth. You go a little bit and you twist. A little bit and twist. Little bit and twist. Little bit and twist. Little bit and twist. Because if not, it's potential that you could break your threader. And I have broken a lot of these. And I will leave a link down below to this threader and one that's a little bit cheaper that I have both of them. This is the one I use, and this is the reason I use this one is because it goes from 632 to 1032, and then it flips out like this, pulls out, and then you got, I don't ever use this side that much. I think it's 1024, 12, and 1624. I've never used that side hardly at all. So do you need to buy it? I don't know. I bought it because, you know, that's just me. But anyway, so you do that, okay? I'm going to put some wire in this box real quick, and I'm going to show you how you need to make it work, okay? Because I think since we're this far along, you need to know how to hook this thing up the correct way. All right, so what I have here set up is my mock setup, and it is a black pushing Romex connector. I also grounded the box with a green ground screw. All the stuff I use will be down in the description with affiliate links. You guys can check it out. Hopefully, if you decide to purchase it, all the proceeds will help my channel grow, and I keep doing these videos for you guys. Now, what we're gonna do, my opinion, like I said, this is a lot of my opinion stuff. I've seen a lot of electricians do different things. My personal opinion is to go ahead and put everything on now, while this is not on your RS cover. I think it's easier, me personally. Some people think it takes a little longer, but you know what? I guess it's all what you like. All right, so we're gonna put this on. Neutral goes on. If you don't know how the receptacle wires up, it's always ground neutral hot. Neutral is on the bigger side, which is a silver screw right here. All right, we'll tighten it up. Make sure you get it in there. All right. We will go ahead and tighten our other screw up. We will flip it over, and we will bring the hot on the brass side, which is the smaller of the two on the receptacle. It's always brass. All right, tighten it up. We'll tighten this one up. Okay, so now what I like to do at this point is I like to take my receptacle and just kind of lay it like this. Now I wouldn't do it like this normally, but I'm kind of showing you. So just lay it up and down. All right, so we'll just lay the plate on the top here, and we'll go ahead and we will screw in the screw to hold the plate onto the receptacle. All right, now still leave it up and down like this. Now some electricians I've seen will leave it like this. don't put the other screws in there. Code says you have to put them in. I've had a lot of discussion about this with electricians, and I've had to prove it to them in the code book. I'm telling you, put them in, okay? It's plain and simple. All right, we'll put these in. Now this one here is that spring on it. The bottom one always has a spring. So you're probably gonna either have to screw it in, or what I like to do is just push it in. Just kind of work it back and forth, and it will go like that. All right, so what's next? These tabs. Now I've already went ahead and I threaded this one. So what I like to do is just turn it upside down and kind of pre-start my little tab. So it'll be like that. Now what happens is, when you screw this on here, I'm going to screw it backwards so you can see. You put one on one side. Let's go ahead and screw it in. Now watch what happens here. All right, perfectly tight. Now this one here, be the same thing. We will do the same exact thing. We'll put it on, but since this one has the tabs in it, not all receptacles have it, but this one has the tabs on, so it might be a little harder to turn. So what I will do is I will just go ahead and get my screwdriver, my electric screwdriver here, and I'll turn it. And I'll do it easy because, see? Now see? That one works. And I'll do the same thing. I'll just run it down. And that's what you got to do. So at the end, it'll look just like that. I don't see where it matters if they're caddy cornered or not. This one just happened to be. So as long as they're on there, that's perfect. Now, let's say you don't want to use those things, because I personally have a lot of 632s laying around. So do the same thing. Put your nut on and just let her eat. Now this, you can hold it. All right. And when you're getting close to being done, just stick your clines on it and hold it. Boom. And then it's tight. All right. So either way, my recommendation, guys, is this. If you guys start to run your screw in here and it does not seem to go easy, don't force your screw in here, because they're only 632s and they will strip or break. So just get you a threader. I'll leave, like I said, a link below to Amazon where you can get you one, and just thread it. It's really easy. And then they'll go on pretty easy. So, and I tell you what, that electric screwdriver of mine really, really, really does help a lot. It keeps your wrist from hurting at the end of the day. And there you go. So don't break your screws. Take your time. Definitely use those things, because this is code. No matter what anybody tells you, 3 screws. If it has holes in there, you got to use them. Now, I do have some older ones buried in my box over there that does not have the screws. So there are some like that you back in the day that you bought, you just put them on and went on. But now you have to use the screws. I don't know how many places I've been to see these made up, and there's only one screw, the one in the middle. Now, same thing goes with the GFI, except most of the GFIs come with a 632 already on them. So you just unscrew it, put your GFI on, you still got to break tabs off. You put them on like that, put the screw on. Now you can go one step further, guys. I have never seen in my career a 632 back off of any of these if you use them. And the reason why I'm saying that is for this right here. You probably won't be able to see this, so let me take it off. If you guys use a 632 or use a GFI one, it has a star washer. I believe that's what that's called. Now that will create a very tight, secure connection. Like I said, in all of my career, I have never seen just a regular 632 come off. Now, I believe my opinion on this, because this is my opinion, the reason why you can get away with just a 632 nut and not that star washer on these is because the screw is longer. Whereas the GFI, it's what, half an inch. So I think that is the reason why it is like that. And then, of course, you have your switches. Now, this is a double to make them single. But basically, on these, there is no nut. It just goes right into the switch and you're done. If you guys are interested in how to make the perfect wire joint, I will have a video coming up right now to the side of me. You guys can check that video out and I will see you there. If you want to see what happens next, make sure you like and subscribe. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.